Alright guys, so this is a bit of a surprise video. This is kind of coming out of nowhere. Heading to pick up another project here. That's right, we are insane. We'll buy anything. Don't even tempt me. I'll come pick it up right now. So we just picked up a U-Haul trailer. We have got to go about 4.5 hours and be driving up to Old Broken Bow, which is a place I've always wanted to go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing much shooting of arrows up there. No pleasure trip this time, really. But yeah, we're gonna go pick up a project here, and you guys will see that here in about 4.5 hours. But it'll be instant for you. So let's cut to that. Cut to that. Going off of a few pictures and a very helpful video chat with the owner, I made a spur-of-the-minute decision to go check the car out. I was intrigued, having never known that the Honda Z600 car existed. I was instantly drawn to the car. It was already a Sunday afternoon and an 8-hour round trip drive in total. Better get driving.
I think it's around $10,000 and it takes...
Okay, we are now out of Dallas, just a little bit, just north of it. Roads are opening up and we're making good progress. So there's no doubt about it, this is definitely Oklahoma. If you haven't been here, don't really bother. Being from Texas, we tend to give Oklahoma a lot of crap, but I might just have to eat my words here. I've never bothered to explore much of Oklahoma, probably like most, but as you'll see, it's got a beauty of its own. Just like I was going to experience with the Honda Z600, I found myself in a new, unknown place. Being such an interesting car, I thought this car deserved a bit more of a storytelling episode. The owner you're about to hear from, Richard, has a very interesting story and collection himself. N600s, but I'd never seen a Z600 until I came across your ad, and it just fascinated me. And
now, are there a bunch of the N600s in Texas?
Not that I know of.
There's not much anymore.
Not that I know. I just see them on the internet every now and then, of course. Wow, this is so cool, though. Little piece of automotive history, huh?
Yeah.
How cool. And you run a store for...
I make all sorts of custom parts. I'll show you in here if you want.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you have a S2000 as well, too.
That's my wife's car. This blue thing is my wife's car. I drive the little Subaru truck.
Oh, yeah, the K truck?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's a dump truck.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's got the tilting bed?
Oh, yeah. If you want to see something more, if you want to video something, this would be something interesting.
This is too cool.
I'll tilt the bed up for you. There's our couple on. I'm not real sure about driving the 600 up in there. It's going to be close, so I got that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Wow. That is so cool.
Isn't that neat?
Out of such a small little truck,
Yeah.
too.
And then you can set the bed to where it'll tilt to either side. The sides of it fold completely down, so it's like a little flat bed.
Wow.
I've got an MSD ignition system on.
Really?
This. Yeah.
That's something you see on American cars.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
What a cool thing.
I'm happy with this.
I bet.
Subarus are kind of rare. It's the Porsche of the little trucks. Engine in the back. And it's actually got much better weight distribution. for this.
Does it still have a flat motor?
No, it's an upright 4. It's called
really?
a Clover 4. It's an inline 4. Kind of sits in there at an angle.
Oh yeah, you can see it hanging out the back here.
Yeah, unfortunately the bumper on this was trashed, so I don't have the rear bumper or the cover to hide the engine. Z600 that I have pictures of on the website. When it's clean, it's beautiful up front. I've done the entire front of the car, repainted and cleaned it, and there's an absolutely beautiful engine in there.
It looks very fresh.
Huge overbore, and it runs like a champ. But I'm building one that's even more radical. So, but this is an original Survivor car, and as much as I hate to, I'm going to have to paint several things like the doors and the hood. But the rest of the body, I'm hoping to just leave original.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It almost just looks, you know, like a toy next to a S2000, and that's not a big car.
You got the 550 horsepower Corvette next to it. Wow. I'd rather drive these. This one I'm just going to be able to buff.
That is so cool.
And it has a beautiful engine in it. I rebuilt the engine in it. She didn't want me to do anything to the engine, so it's a box stock 600 engine that's just been rebuilt with various.
These are very cool too.
So this dash might help you out as far as getting it finished, you know, and then having just the ability. This is gonna work. Jeez, don't tell me I shut that. It's not gonna open. There we go.
There it is. Is it open from the front or the rear?
It opens in the front.
Okay.
It's got a rebuilt carburetor on it, and I did put this in my vapor blast cabinet. I don't think there's no paint on that. That's just bare aluminum.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks good.
So, I completely bled.
Get that midget car in.
All right, guys, so we got the car loaded up here. It's about 10 o'clock. Had a really great experience with the owner. I'll talk more about that later, but he gave me a lot of extra parts here as well too. And man, this thing is just hilariously small. I mean, camera does not do it justice. I just had 2 guys actually come up and talk to me about it. One was not even getting gas here. He just said he drove by and saw it in the back of the trailer, and he just had to stop. And he just thought it was the coolest and funniest thing ever. And then another guy came up during that. So it's just already fun. This is gonna be a fun car. Let's gas this whole hog back up though and get back to Texas. I could have easily spent more hours talking to Richard. He's a true guru on these cars, and it was a spectacular time talking to him about his passion and knowledge on these little, almost forgotten cars. For now though, I needed to hit the road. The hours passed by as I excitedly drove back to Texas with my new little Honda in hand. Okay guys, we are back at the house. It is about 4 a.m. Finally got this thing back. Unloaded it off the trailer and went and dropped off the trailer. Had to use the TC to actually tow this up into the driveway up the hill because this thing still had the trailer attached and the battery on this thing's dead. But here it is, safely back here in the driveway and looking hilariously small. But I've got work in the morning, so it's time to go to bed. Let's just try that. Okay guys, it's the next day here and we're here with the car. It looks really funny in the driveway and I really want to take this thing for a drive, but the battery is dead and the windows are just filthy. They're like almost impossible to see out of. So I'm gonna put a different battery in real quick and we're gonna clean the windows and then go for the first test drive of this thing. Well, here we go. We can see how small the engine bay is here. We'll cover this in a little bit, but I need to replace this battery for the moment. It's just got a little ratchet strap here. I mean, that's 50 years old. It's not like, you know, this is gonna be my first time trying to start this thing up on my own here, so let's take these old school little keys and see if we can go start this thing up. The paperwork already.
It's the best part. I don't know why I always like going through this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Can we hold that?
You want inside here?
Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be my first time starting this thing up by myself. Of course, we started it and let it run when I was there buying the car, but we didn't start it and drive it off the trailer last night. It was really late, and it was just easier to roll it off, and that battery's dead. And so we just pulled it up here with the Scion, but I've never owned an old car like this. It is much different than a newer car, and the fact that, you know, we've got to prime the fuel and use our choke as well too. So let's hope that we can do this. This center mounted shifter is super cool. I love that thing. There we go. We're gonna turn our key on. You can hear the fuel pump going. And then we're gonna pull our choke. And then we're gonna prime the gas a few times, pump the gas pedal. Put our clutch in. Let's try and start this thing. I'm gonna have to turn it back off and do that.
Oh, that's something.
All right, let's try this again.
What happens if you prime it too much?
You can flood the carbs, and there will be too much gas, and it's not going to want to start. I don't think you can take the key out while it's still on. It's weird. Huh? I didn't have this problem yesterday. I'm trying to take the key out because you can't start it again once it's been started unless you turn it off and turn it back on. The woes of having an old car are already hitting.
Try the other key. I'm sure it was saying, but whatever.
Actually, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Good idea.
I don't know.
Alright, let's try this again. Let me prime it.
Are you neutral?
Oh, no, that is the battery. Huh. Maybe that battery is dead too, I don't know.
Do you have the brake on? I mean the brake in?
You don't have to have the brake on. There we go, the connection on the battery wasn't tight. So, but it's running good now. We just want to give it some gas and keep it running a little bit. Don't want it to sputter out on us. There we go, put the choke on now. Let it warm up a few minutes and then we'll take it around. It's gonna have to idle for a bit with the choke on, that's why it's so loud. It's just masking tape. Just pulling it off here. back windows.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, that one closed again. Feels good.
Wait, just put James inside.
Oh, you want to go run him in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So bored.
How cool. This thing is just crazy. I actually fit really well in here. I am 6'3", at least according to the state of Texas. I've got quite a bit of headroom here. And this seat is actually really comfortable. But it is tiny in here. It is crazy.
That's the thing right here.
Oh, it's just a lap belt.
Oh, I see.
That's right. Because we're in a 70s and safety wasn't a thing.
Really?
Well, that's why they only have lap belts here. Wow, that is so cool. That old logo.
So vintage.
I know. Alright, you ready? This e-brake is absolutely tiny.
Logo. Let me see. Move your arm. Face.
Here, let's go. Well, I need to be able to go. Let's see. Alright, let's throw her in reverse here.
No, we're scared.
Bag up, bag up. Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
Okay. She's going pretty good. Now, how's the suspension clearance on this thing? Pretty good. I suppose I should have kept it in reverse there. Oops. That is first, yeah. Actually, that wasn't first, that was just I think we're getting in second. Wow. This is crazy. It feels like I'm driving a tractor or something. Like a small little tractor.
Make sure you get down there and that might
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Wow, this is an experience. She's quick. She's real fast, you gotta watch out. Get away from you. Woo! It's pretty lively. Oh yeah, the brakes are definitely a little spongy. I'm sure people are just like, what the hell?
It smells weird, like paint almost. Like
Just a little bit of fuel and oil. This is awesome. The little 1-2 shift is fun. Alright, let's see if we can turn the lights on. I wonder if they're on.
can't tell.
There's third. Okay, please don't continue backing up. Yeah, heel toed it. Not heel toe, I mean I rev matched it. But still. This thing's wild, man. I don't think the blinkers work. I gotta stand on the brakes. It runs pretty strong though. There's quite a bit of slack here in the steering. Part of that is the bushings. Part of it is just the fact that this is a car from, you know, the 70s. But you can do this much, turning up the wheel without anything happening.
Are you finicky?
No, not finicky. Lazy. Awesome. Here we go. Wow. You know, I would imagine this feels very similar to driving like an old Mini Cooper. It's actually pretty easy to shift. Like in a red match.
Stuck out here.
Oh, okay.
Turning radius though. It's so small.
Cooper has a rider.
It's so small. Oh my gosh.
This thing is awesome. I'm in love. I guess the mirrors aren't really accessible, are they? Not so much. Oh, it doesn't even have a passenger side mirror.
Oh god.
That's funny. That's how my old Honda from the 90s was, actually. It's a long-standing tradition, I see. Save costs only
Why does one mirror?
because cheap.
I think people buy
Because
their blind.
where we're going, we don't need to see behind us. This thing's actually incredibly comfortable.
Wow, this is insane.
I know.
The fact that it still runs for being, what, years old?
Yeah, it runs well too.
What do you think the engine is? A 1.5?
No, it's a 0.6 liter.
0.6?
Yeah, it's a 2-cylinder. It's like I think it might be derived from a motorcycle engine.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It'd be kind of cool to pull up the old commercial for this car.
Oh yeah?
Kind of have it in the video.
Yeah,
The vintage.
we'll see if we can find it.
How to prepare your town for the new Honda sedan. First, drive down to Main Street. Since the Honda needs very little parking space, you can make more spaces for parking there. And the Honda gets up to 40 miles a gallon. So economy-sized gas pumps are another good idea. Change your 2-lane streets into 3-lane streets because Hondas don't need much space on the road. A couple of more basic adjustments and you'll have a perfect town for Honda. Honda, the new little car that's already perfect for your town.
Unfortunately, I don't think the lights work. Oh wait, maybe they do. I think they do. I think they're just so dim inside.
Oh, you can't tell.
I can't really see lights in front of me. Can you? Maybe. I think something's on for sure. That's awesome. Oh, it does work. And look, yeah, you can see the gauges a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Everybody like has been like car. I saw the reflection.
Yeah, I saw the. It feels like we're going so much faster than 20.
Oh my gosh, mini Honda truck.
It's actually really easy to red match.
Because I did a full ass circle, I can make it 20 radius in here. It's crazy.
Oh, that's the brights. Oh, where's your turn signals at?
There aren't any.
I think no, it has a little turn signal.
What are these things do? A radio?
Yeah. You ever heard of a radio?
No.
Yeah, you can see that turns on the brights on and off. And it works, that little light comes on.
Battery's dead. It's dying.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't know how we do
Never turn this off now?
Yeah, it's okay. Let's see. The hazards? Nope. I really have zero idea of how the turn signals work. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This one was a bit different. I kind of wanted to pace it a bit slower and tell more of a story with this car. I think it's a very interesting car with a really interesting backstory, and the owner that had it previously was a really cool and interesting guy. Thank you, Richard, for this car and for all the information and wisdom and for being such a helpful guy with that. I will link his store if you guys have a 600 car of your own. He makes some of his own performance bits as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this approach to an episode a bit, and hopefully you're looking forward to what we're going to do with this car, which I will talk about in the next episode. So make sure and stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see what's wrong with the car, what stuff came with it, and what we're going to do with it for the future. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. So this car already had a pretty cool backstory, being owned by a guy that was an expert on these cars and builds performance parts. But the story gets even better. After my dad saw that I picked up the Z600, he texted me about it and told me that he had an N600 back in the day. I had no idea about this until he texted me. So it's really cool to find out that we actually had a 600 from back in the day. Looks like he's got some familiar experience working on them too.